To ask who gave you the doll in the first place.
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Where is it now?
I had to leave it behind when I left Lenegis. I didn't have a choice. Most likely it's long gone at this point. I think it's time we go to sleep. Morning. Ready to head out?
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Dahnans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Dahnan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Dahnan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need
Others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Dahnans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Dahnans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Hey, when did I get so popular?
I'm not so good with airborne targets.
Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done. Now!
Kisara! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Glacial Spear!
You require a hand.
Lightning
You're finished!
Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
Here I come! You're finished! Eternal devastation! Crush!
Do it! This way!
one's got your name on it!
Action to action!
Lightning
My
Storm!
turn!
Pierce evil!
Blue escape!
Thunderblade!
Mirage!
Coward Hurricane!
Raining Slash! Blue escape!
Flame of Fury!
Raining Slash!
He's dead!
Get out of this!
Dragon
Blow
Shield!
away!
Pierce evil!
Take this!
Green Lantern!
Mirage! Crush!
Dance in the wind!
Glimmer Dragon! Raining
Air
Slash!
thrust! I think I'm getting stronger.
All right.
There's nowhere to run from my art! If he slows down, that's our chance!
It's like trying to move up to the wall!
In a vine,
Blow away!
Raging Cascade!
prepare to be seized on fleet of foot. Actually, perhaps bound is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing!
Form! Take this!
Annihilation! He's dead! I'll be saving this one!
Your blade!
Can't get out of this!
Raining Slash!
I'm only getting...
Take this!
Amazing.
Raining Slash! Blow away!
Sleep now.
Take this!
These fists have got your name on them!
Not in there with the others. Light Blast! Whoa! In here! Hear me! Let's get you off the burning strike!
Coward Storm!
Shiny!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Dragon Form!
Glacial
Sonic
Spear!
Thrust!
Pierce evil!
Travel Blade!
Freeze Lancer! Raging Storm!
Glacial
Spear!
Sonic Storm!
Shion! Get toasty!
Bird strike!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
sense a strange power from this.
That's quite the technique.
You need me? I'm there.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
What's this thing?
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
Let me know if you need healing.
Now I can let loose.
Airborne beast. My special.
Nothing gets by me!
We got flyers.
I've got this! In here, marksman handle it!
All yours.
It's over!
I'll take you all on. It's over.
Eat this!
Raining slash.
I'll rule you over!
We're cleaning how?
You're on my watch!
That's what I get
Take this.
for shooting too
I
high.
owe you one.
So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a complete idea.
Nope, that's
Take this.
I'll put you through!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Eternal devastation.
Eagle Fly!
Alright, it's showtime!
Flew away.
I'll finish you here and now!
Do it!
Eternal devastation. Totally. In an instant. Impact block.
Easy peasy, huh, Hoodle? It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah, we used to run up and down these slopes all the time for our training exercises.
Damn, you weren't messing around.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
They got me flying!
Through escape.
I'll put you through!
Eternal devastation.
It's a duel of the arts.
Raining slash.
This one's mine.
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
That's my cue.
Raining slash. Shut him down. You picked
Do
the
it.
wrong fight.
Frozen.
Hammer!
Here, let me
No
know.
chance.
I'm out!
You're on.
Now we're not through away!